Have you ever walked away from gossiping, still felt dirty inside? Like the story stayed in your head even after you left the room? Have you ever wondered why your life feels heavier after certain conversations, even when nothing bad actually happened to you? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about a practice that looks small, almost too ordinary to be spiritual. And yet it can change your mind and your faith in a way people do not notice until years later. The practice is this: not listening to gossip, not watching drama, not feeding rumors, guarding the doors of the senses, especially the ears and the eyes, the way you would guard the door of your home. Many people misunderstand this. They think it means you are avoiding reality. They think it means you are weak. They think it means you cannot handle truth. But the truth is this: most of what we call gossip is not truth. It is poison disguised as information. It is a snack for the ego. It is stimulation for boredom. It is a way to feel superior without doing any real work. And even when it sounds harmless, it plants seeds in your mind that later become suspicion, judgment, resentment, anxiety, comparison, and conflict. Those seeds are karma. Karma is not only what you do with your hands. Karma is also what you repeatedly allow into your heart. So we are going to explore why not listening and not watching is not escape. It is cultivation. It is wisdom. It is compassion. It is self-protection and protection of others. And it is one of the fastest ways to quietly change the direction of your life. Let us start with a simple idea. Your attention is food. Your mind digests what you consume. If you feed your mind with conflict, it produces a conflicted life. If you feed your mind with suspicion, it produces a suspicious world. If you feed your mind with cruelty, it produces a harsh inner voice. And that harsh inner voice becomes the weather of your days. People often say, it is just talk. But talk enters the mind. The mind shapes perception. Perception shapes reaction. Reaction shapes speech and action. Speech and action shape relationships. Relationships shape opportunities. Opportunities shape conditions. Conditions shape what you call destiny. So yes, it is just talk, and talk can change your whole life. Now I want to tell you a story. I will call her Mia. Mia was the kind of person who wanted harmony. She did not like conflict. She did not like rejecting people. She liked being included. She liked being seen as kind. And because she liked being included, she became a very good listener. At work, people would stop by her desk and talk. At first it looked innocent. Someone needed to vent. Someone was stressed. Someone felt unseen by a manager. Mia listened. She nodded. She made sympathetic sounds. She did not realize she was slowly becoming a container for everyone else's unresolved emotions and everyone else's judgments. Then the venting became gossip. It became stories about who is lazy, who is fake, who is sleeping their way into success, who cannot be trusted, who is jealous, who is secretly cruel. It became theories about hidden motives. It became character assassination dressed in casual tone. Mia did not spread the gossip actively at first. She told herself she was just listening. But listening is participation. Listening is agreeing to let the seed enter your mind. And seeds do not stay still. After these conversations, Mia noticed a strange shift. She would see the person being gossiped about and feel a subtle dislike, even though that person had done nothing directly to her. She would start interpreting neutral expressions as proof of the rumor. She would start watching for evidence. She would start building a case in her head. This is how gossip destroys reality. It replaces direct experience with second-hand poison. It turns you into a judge without a trial, a prosecutor without evidence, a prison guard without a crime. And the worst part is that you think you are being smart. You think you are being informed. But really, your mind is being trained to distrust. Distrust becomes a home. And living in distrust is exhausting. Mia also noticed another shift. After listening to gossip, her own speech changed. She became slightly more sarcastic, slightly more cynical, slightly more impatient. She started making small comments that carried heat. She started bonding with people through negativity. She did not see it as harm. She saw it as social connection. This is one of the deepest traps of gossip. It offers belonging. It offers the feeling of being inside the circle. It offers the thrill of knowing. It offers superiority without real achievement. But the cost is your peace. Then something happened that made Mia wake up. A co-worker she trusted came to her and said, "I heard you said something about me." Mia froze. She said, "I did not." The co-worker looked hurt and said, "Someone told me you think I am difficult and that I do not deserve my role." Mia felt panic rise. She realized what happened. She had listened to gossip about this co-worker weeks earlier. She had never repeated it in a formal way, but she had reacted with facial expressions, with little laughs, with tiny agreements. Those tiny agreements had been noticed. And in workplaces, tiny agreements become rumors quickly. Someone interpreted her body language as endorsement. Someone repeated it as certainty. Now her name was attached to harm. Mia tried to explain. The co-worker walked away cold. Mia felt sick. She realized a brutal truth. Even if you do not speak gossip, by listening you become part of the network that spreads it. You become a link in the chain. That night Mia could not sleep. She replayed the moment and felt shame. She told herself, "I was just trying to be nice. I did not want to reject anyone. I did not want to look unfriendly." But then she asked herself a harder question. Nice to whom? Nice to the gossipers? Or nice to the truth? Nice to the social circle? Or nice to her own integrity? This question is where awakening begins. Many people confuse being agreeable with being compassionate. Compassion is not agreeing with poison. Compassion is helping without harming. Mia decided she needed guidance. She spoke to an older aunt who had a calm presence. The aunt listened and said something simple. "Your ears are a doorway. Your eyes are a doorway. If you let garbage into the house, do not be surprised when the house smells." Mia laughed nervously. She said, "So what should I do? Just walk away?" The aunt said, "Sometimes, yes, but not with arrogance, with clarity and kindness, because the goal is not to shame others. The goal is to protect your mind." Then the aunt explained why this is a spiritual practice. She said, "In many traditions, the senses are like gates. What you repeatedly take in becomes the mind. The mind then shapes your speech. Speech karma is powerful. Speech can heal and speech can destroy. If you want to change your destiny, start by purifying speech. And speech begins with what you allow yourself to hear and watch." Mia felt resistance because she was afraid. She was afraid that if she stopped listening, people would dislike her. She was afraid of losing belonging. She was afraid of being excluded. The aunt smiled and said, "If your belonging depends on poisoning your mind, it is not belonging. It is captivity." That sentence hit Mia deeply, because she realized she had been trading peace for social safety. But the trade never worked, because she was never truly safe in a gossip environment. In a gossip environment, nobody is safe. If people talk about others, they talk about you. If people bond through tearing others down, you will eventually be torn down too. Mia asked how to change without becoming cold. The aunt said, "You can redirect. You can refuse without attacking. You can listen to feelings without listening to character attacks. You can support someone without feeding hatred." Mia decided to try. The next day, a co-worker came over with the usual tone. "You will not believe what she did." Mia felt the familiar pull. Curiosity mixed with fear of exclusion. The pull was like a hook in her chest. She wanted to know. She wanted to be inside the circle. That is how the ego works. It wants status. Mia paused. She breathed once. That breath created a gap. In the gap, she remembered the aunt saying, "Protect your mind." Mia said, It sounds like you are frustrated. What happened? And what do you need to do next? The co-worker tried to turn it into gossip again, describing motives, insulting personality. Mia stayed steady and said, I hear you are upset. I do not want to label her character. If there is a problem, what is the practical issue? Have you spoken to her directly? The co-worker looked surprised, then irritated. The co-worker said, Why are you defending her? Mia felt fear rise again, fear of being seen as disloyal. But she held the breath again and said, I am not defending her. I am protecting my mind from negativity. I will support you, but I do not want to speak badly about her. The co-worker left, not happy. Mia felt shaky, but she also felt clean. This is an important point. Choosing purity of mind sometimes costs you short-term comfort. It sometimes costs you approval, but it protects your destiny long-term. Now let me show you how this practice begins to change fate. In the following weeks, fewer people brought gossip to Mia. At first she felt lonely. She wondered if she had made a mistake. But then she noticed something. Her mind was quieter. She could focus. Her sleep improved. She stopped carrying other people's poison home. Her inner voice became gentler. Then something else changed. A manager began trusting her more. People started seeing her as steady. Not dramatic, not political, not a rumor carrier. In workplaces, this is rare. And because it is rare, it becomes valuable. Trust is a form of merit. Trust creates opportunity. Mia also noticed that her relationships became more real. Without gossip, conversations had to become more honest. People started talking about their own feelings rather than other people's flaws. Some relationships faded because they were built on negativity. But healthier relationships grew because they were built on respect. This is karma, again. When you stop feeding poison, your environment changes, not instantly, not magically, but through natural cause and effect. Now I want to take this beyond the workplace, because gossip is not only office talk. Gossip is family drama. Gossip is friend group chat. Gossip is online comments. Gossip is the endless consumption of negativity disguised as news or entertainment. So let us talk about the eyes as well as the ears. When you scroll through drama, even if you do not comment, you are training your nervous system to live in conflict. You are feeding the mind with outrage. Outrage becomes a habit. The mind then seeks outrage because it is stimulating. You become addicted to heat. Then you wonder why you feel anxious. Then you wonder why you cannot meditate. Then you wonder why you feel restless. But your mental diet has been spicy poison all day. Not watching is not ignorance. Not watching is self-respect. Now, I want to address a misunderstanding. Some people will say, but what if there is real wrongdoing? Should we ignore it? No. Wisdom does not deny reality, but wisdom distinguishes between problem-solving and stain-spreading. Problem-solving speech is specific, grounded, and aims at resolution. It focuses on actions and boundaries. It asks, what happened? What is the impact? What needs to change? What steps will be taken? Stain-spreading speech is vague, emotional, and aims at bonding through judgment. It focuses on character assassination. It offers no solution. It only creates a dirty feeling in the mind. The practice is to refuse stain-spreading while remaining capable of problem-solving. That is the middle way. Now let me tell you another story that shows how refusing gossip can change destiny in a surprising way. I will call him Ethan. Ethan worked in a competitive industry. People smiled in meetings and stabbed each other with rumors afterward. Ethan did not like it, but he thought it was normal. He listened. He laughed. He kept his head down. One day, a rumor started about a co-worker named Henry. People said Henry was being investigated. People said Henry was dishonest. People said Henry was about to be fired. Nobody had evidence. It was just a wave of talk. Ethan listened and felt the thrill. He felt the relief of thinking, at least it is not me. He felt the secret pleasure of watching someone fall, even though he would never admit it. Then the next week, the rumor shifted. Someone misinterpreted anime Lethan's scent. Someone framed it as arrogance. Someone told a manager that Ethan was hard to work with. Suddenly Ethan felt the cold side of gossip. He felt the injustice. He felt the panic. In that moment he realized the gossip world is like living in a room with smoke. You breathe it whether you like it or not. Ethan decided to change. He stopped participating. He stopped listening. When people tried to pull him in, he redirected or left. He also stopped reading certain online spaces that were pure outrage. At first, co-workers thought he was strange. Some disliked him. Some made jokes. But then something happened. A leadership position opened. The manager needed someone who could be trusted. Someone who would not spread internal conflict. Someone who would not bring politics into decisions. Someone who could keep confidentiality. Ethan got the role. Not because he was the loudest, but because he was the cleanest. This is what people underestimate. A clean mind and clean speech become a form of power. Not manipulative power. Quiet authority. That role changed his career. It also changed his inner world. He became calmer. He stopped feeling like he had to watch his back every day, because he had stepped out of the rumor economy. This is destiny shifting through speech practice. Now I want to bring this to the spiritual level, because this channel is not only about social advice. It is about awakening, karma, compassion, cultivation, and the turning of fate. In Buddhist practice, right speech is not just about not lying. It is also about not using speech to harm, divide, or inflame. It is about speaking what is true, beneficial, timely, and kind. Gossip often fails all of those. It is usually not fully true, not beneficial, not timely, and not kind. Even when gossip is partly true, the intention is often not wholesome. The intention is to judge, to bond through negativity, to elevate the self by lowering someone else. This is why gossip creates heavy karma, because it strengthens the ego. And the ego is the root of suffering. Gossip is ego food. So when you refuse gossip, you are not only being polite, you are starving the ego of its favorite snack. You are weakening the habit of comparison, jealousy, and anger. You are cultivating humility and compassion. Compassion does not mean you pretend everyone is good. Compassion means you remember that every being is shaped by causes and conditions. People who gossip are often anxious. They are often insecure. They are often trying to build belonging through negativity. Understanding this does not mean you join them. It means you refuse with kindness rather than contempt. Now let us talk about the deepest part, the inner gossip. Many people stop external gossip but keep internal gossip running all day. The internal gossip is the mind constantly judging. That person is annoying. That person is fake. That person is better than me. That person is beneath me. I am behind. I am superior. I am doomed. I am special. This inner gossip is just as toxic. It creates anxiety, depression, resentment, and loneliness. External gossip is often a reflection of inner gossip. So the practice becomes complete when you also watch the inner voice. When judgment arises, you notice it. You do not need to fight it aggressively. You simply see it and choose not to feed it. You return to the breath. You return to compassion. You return to reality. This is guarding the senses at a deeper level. It is not only about ears and eyes. It is about the door of attention itself. Now I want to offer you a practical scene you can use today, because this practice is easiest to understand in the moment. Someone starts telling you a story about another person, and you can feel the pull. The pull may be curiosity. It may be the desire to belong. It may be the pleasure of superiority. It may be fear of exclusion. In that moment, pause for one breath. That breath is your temple. Then ask yourself silently, Is this conversation planting wisdom or planting poison? If it is planting poison, you do not need to attack the person. You do not need to preach. You simply redirect towards something clean. You can ask, how are you feeling about it? What do you want to do? Have you spoken to them? What boundary do you need? If the person insists on poison, you can step away kindly. You are not abandoning them. You are refusing to help them harm themselves through hatred. Because hatred harms the hater first. Now let me share a personal style reflection that many people relate to. There is a moment in adulthood when you realize you cannot afford every conversation. You cannot afford every group chat. You cannot afford every comment section. Because your mind is your life. If your mind is polluted, your life is polluted. Even if your bank account is fine. A clean mind is a kind of wealth. It is quiet wealth. It does not show off, but it changes everything. It changes how you sleep. It changes how you love. It changes how you work. It changes how you respond to stress. It changes what kind of people are drawn to you. It changes what kind of opportunities trust brings to your door. So if you want to change your destiny, do not underestimate this practice. Not listening is not escape. It is choosing what kind of karmic seeds you plant. Not watching is not ignorance. It is protecting your attention from addiction to heat. Not participating is not weakness. It is strength, because it requires you to tolerate short-term discomfort for long-term peace. Now I want to close with a long and gentle ending. Because some of you may feel fear about implementing this. You might worry, if I stop listening, I will lose friends. If I stop participating, I will be lonely. If I stop joining, I will be misunderstood. Maybe some relationships may fade. But ask yourself honestly, what kind of relationship requires you to poison your mind to stay connected? A relationship that survives only through gossip is not stable. It is like building a house on smoke. If you want a stable life, you need stable connection. Stable connections are built on respect, confidentiality, truth, and kindness. When you become someone who does not gossip, you become rare. Rare in a good way. People who value peace will feel safe around you. People who value drama may avoid you. That is not a loss. That is a purification. And purification changes destiny. Thank you for spending this time with me. In the comments, tell me where gossip tempts you the most. Is it at work, in family, in friend groups, or online? And tell me what boundary you want to practice this week, even if it is small. If you want more long-form teachings that connect daily life with karma, wisdom, compassion, cultivation, and awakening, subscribe to the channel. Like the video so it reaches people who feel trapped in drama and do not realize they can step out. And if you want to support this work more deeply, you can join the membership and help keep these long teachings coming.
Every person carries a certain energy. Your focus, your dreams, your purpose. Bracelet is a physical reminder of that energy. Symbol you wear daily. That pushes you to stay grounded, balanced, and aligned. If one of the bracelets caught your eye, you can order it through the link in the description. And check more powerful styles on our homepage store. Choose the one that strengthens your journey.